Welcome to today's community briefing from the Watertown Area Task Force. Thank you for those who are joined us today, and thank you for tuning in, watching live. Today we will be hearing from Mayor Sarah Karen in Watertown, Casey DeBoer, President and CEO of Prairie Lakes Healthcare System, and Dr. Danielson of the Watertown School District. Mayor Karen.
Thank you. I'm pleased to announce that we still have no positive test results for Coddington County, and our unified command system is committed to carefully following the CDC guidelines provided for us. This will enable us to manage an outbreak if one develops. I participated in a conference call with the governor, state health official of South Dakota, and other South Dakota mayors just this afternoon. And the governor's concern is that if we pull the trigger too early, we will do more harm than good because people may give up on the practices when they're needed the most. So Governor Noem bases her actions on information and facts, not on what other people are doing or pressure. She's seen nothing indicating that businesses should be shut down, and so we aren't recommending that either. When we reach another trigger point for a decision, say we should have a case of positive in our community, then we will reevaluate what to do at that time. Our goal is to slow down the community spread so that the healthcare community can respond appropriately and not be overwhelmed. As for Watertown, our community will continue to be run as much as possible in a business as usual manner for as long as is practical in order to produce the best outcome for all. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey DeBoer, President and CEO of Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Today, we are to further decrease the risk of COVID-19 in the region. Prairie Lakes Healthcare System is announcing that we are postponing non-essential elective procedures being performed in our facility. We made this decision in conjunction with the local medical staff leadership, and surgeons from the clinics across the community. This will be effective on Monday, March 23rd. Patients whose procedures are being postponed are being contacted directly by their physician's office. This decision aligns with recommendations from CMS and the CDC, as well as other professional organizations, and is in conjunction or in line with what other healthcare organizations in the region are doing. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Jeff Danielson, Watertown School District Superintendent. I wanted to give just a little update on what we're doing with the schools today. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the folks who have offered to help. We've got had an outpouring of offerings and gestures, in particular with the food service and getting students our food. So I do want to send that thanks out to our community for their generous offerings. The governor has asked schools to close the week of March 23rd through the 27th. So we have been closed this week, and I would remind folks that we were actually supposed to be on spring break this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That was already scheduled, so we only missed 2 days of school on Monday and Tuesday, and we actually asked staff to report those 2 days to prepare for a possible longer-term closure, so those first 2 days would not be made up. Next week, starting on Monday, we will have distribution of materials for students so that we can begin what we're calling alternative learning, because some of that will be electronic, some of that will be in the form of papers. And so, again, that was sent out last night. There was an call and a text and also a push notification on our app with information for parents. You can also find this for anybody to check out on the watertown.k12.sd.us website. You can find it's right on the front page. There's a COVID-19 resources page that has a number of things on there. It has the correspondence that I've sent out to parents. It has the information on meals, and then it has a number of resources with regards to the COVID-19. And then it also has, for those families that maybe do not have internet access at home and would need for this time to help with their students' learning, there are a number of free options for internet that is available due to this crisis, and different places are offering that. If you are in need of internet service for your home, you can check those resources out, and if you still need assistance on that, you can contact us at the school. So a little bit more about Monday. We're trying to do this in an orderly fashion with our distribution of materials. We have set up an alphabetical system for distribution in grades K through 8. But I want everyone to understand that at any time, if that's when you can make it in to get your child's materials, you can do so. Alphabet, last name, A through F, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. Alphabet, last name, G through M, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Alphabet, last name, N through R, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. and alphabet last name S through Z from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. And again, if that does not fit your time schedule, you may come at a different time. And again, this information is contained in the correspondence I sent to parents last evening. Another question that comes up repeatedly is, what are we doing with meals? We will begin food service distribution on Monday. So students may come to the 5 elementary schools and the intermediate school. We will not be distributing at the middle school or the high school. There is a form on the website that we are asking just for planning purposes if you would fill out so that we have some sort of count, but I want to emphasize that we will feed all students if they are able to get to the school for the meal. We will feed all students, whether you filled out the form or not. It just assists us with the planning up front. That is being served from 11:30 to 12:30, beginning on Monday for any of our school days for as long as this may last. And students will be given both a hot meal at the noon hour and then a pack to take for breakfast the next day. So the only opportunity that would not be available is right away Monday in the morning for breakfast, but you would get Monday's meal, Tuesday's breakfast. And once we see how that rollout goes, we will look at adjusting what we need to do in order to feed students. I would again emphasize using our resource page for any information. We will also, your child's teacher or the school will be getting in touch with you for further updates or information that you need for classes. On a Lake Area Tech note, we have delayed our spring break at Lake Area Tech, so they will not have classes next week. And our staff over there will be preparing for online coursework for the immediate future until we are cleared to come back into the buildings. Thank you. I'll stand by for questions.
Thank you to all our speakers. Do we have any questions? No? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today and watching live. The next briefing will be on Monday at 3 o'clock.